Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. On the last episode, we were getting our butts kicked. Anyhow, I'm trying to figure out how to get here. Because I think that's something we gotta do. But I think we have some quests to turn in from last time. Yeah, we got a bunch. So we're gonna go back to Dresden. And then we're gonna try and venture all the way down here. I think we're gonna need help from our, whatchamacallit. We're gonna need help from our army, but that's okay. I said go. What the heck? Random encounter? Dang it, Dale. I sell propane and I don't want to fight. But I'm gonna kick your butt.
Let's make this quick.
Can we make it quick? Because I don't know what the heck I'm fighting. Okay. Oh. Like, whatever. I wanted to check the map, but I guess I'm not doing that. Okay, so these guys are pains in the butt. You need to charge him. Sela. Smite evil him. You should probably attack him.
Begone, fiend!
Lon, start taking these guys out.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You could do the same thing.
Surrender or else.
Okay, so we're doing good. Soul Seal, you can heal. Good job, team. Good job, team. Dude.
Is this a mock fight?
I really feel like the controls on this game have changed so badly that I have no idea how to move anymore.
We will win this war.
Like, what the heck was
Lead
that?
on.
I don't need any of this crap. Dude, we gotta get back to town.
It is no trouble.
Just leave. We're leaving. Okay. Yes. Alright, here we go. I gotta make sure that y'all can hear me for this. Because I know exactly what this is gonna look like. Going to the Citadel first. Whenever the screen pops up. Ember. Some say that being a kind person is hard work. That most people can't do it. Is that true? Look at the people standing next to you. Don't you want to love these people? Is it so hard to smile at them? To say a kind word? To share with those in need? Don't you feel joy when you do something good for others? And isn't it wonderful when they do something for you? Kindness is the easiest and most pleasant thing in the world. A crowd is gathered in the street, young and old, civilians and soldiers. Everyone is listening to the frail elf girl, captivated by her delicate voice as it rings out. Oi! And what about ungrateful huh? You do good for them, and they just crap on you in return. Just don't be like them, and don't get angry at these people. They don't know what they're doing. Don't abandon them to their silliness and sins. Keep doing good, and you will see sooner or later they will realize they were wrong. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell. That is not good. Like, gosh, dog, guys, the programmers. I don't think you guys understand what good is. If you think that, which I mean, she's right this time, but for the most part, she's not. Like, if you heard any of the crazy stuff she's saying, she's not. And sooner or later, people may realize, maybe not in life, maybe later, but teach them about obeying authorities and the law? Enough of this nonsense. I'm not saying that either. That is evil. I don't know if it would actually make anyone better. So let's see. What is this meeting? I'm just talking to good people who want to listen. That girl can talk, of course. No one's going to live by her sermons. But listening to them is nicer than listening to bards and their songs. Isn't that right, people? Yeah, I guess. Speak for yourself, sinner. I feel myself getting better, kinder, and more spiritual after every sermon. Really? Well, do a good deed then. Give me something from your shop for free. Oh, gosh. You should teach them more about obeying the authorities and the law, not vague notions of kindness. But laws are written to make people behave well, even when they don't feel like it, aren't they? I mean, yeah, that's the thing though, like, some people, no matter how good you are, aren't gonna be good. If everyone was kind, no laws would be needed. Everyone would live in peace, and no one would get hurt. Yeah, but that's not the kind of world we live in right now. Like, unfortunately, that's, like, if we were all kind here, that doesn't mean evil people aren't going to come out of nowhere and do bad things to us. You gotta, like, don't be naive, you know, like, we can be good. And in a perfect world, this would work, but we don't live in a perfect world, Ember. Ember, you gotta understand, we don't live in a perfect world right now. I mean, yes, tell everyone to be kind. Tell everyone to turn the other cheek. That's perfect. It's perfectly fine to be like that. But the truth of the matter is this: the law is there for a reason. It's there to help us, not hurt us. Depends on the laws. In some places, it's lawful to have slaves. Ah, come on. That's right, you see, laws can be evil, but kindness is always kind. It turns out it's the most important law of them all. She keeps preaching. Okay. Alright. While I agree with you on always being kind, I don't agree with you when it comes to, well, pretty much anything else. If this kind of message worked, more people would be doing it nowadays, you know? And hey, you know, I can see some merit in a good amount of what she's saying, but there's a reason we have laws. And telling people to just not obey the law is kind of crazy. Now, definitely don't obey the law if it's like evil, but at the same time, you have to obey it anyways. So that's why you do your best to get laws changed, you know? I didn't just tell you guys not to obey the law if it's evil. Sorry, because you never know. Sweet, we got visitors. Yo, before I continue though, guys, please obey the law. Of course, like I said, if it's evil, then that's when you work with your people and you come up with ways to either change the law or leave the country. There is a time to fight, though. There is a time to fight, and then there's a time to not fight. So use your best judgment for what's appropriate. Anyways, back to the show. Irabeth, Commander, unexpected reinforcements have arrived. Not from the Queen this time. These are volunteers. A group of Kelid barbarians have come. All of them seasoned fighters. They wish to serve under your command. This tribe seems to have a bone to pick with demons. They believe that ravaging Socorus made the demons the personal enemies of all the peoples of the north. They are proud that you're a human, just like them. They say that as soon as they heard about your deeds in Canabras and Dresden, they knew that a true chief had finally come. Of course, I let them join our army. As you say, Commander, the recruits will be at your disposal shortly. Cool. Cool, we got some new people in our army. It's another Parlock here. See a Hell Knight. They approach as if in military formation in lockstep, arranged so that the tallest, a white-haired elf, occupies the central position, flanked by the other two. At the same time, it does not seem as though any one of the three is the leader. Knight Commander Curtis Jackson. We are representatives of the Hell Knight, in the no man's land of the World Wound. Parlalictor Aminos Renth of the Order of the Gate, Parlalictor Lerana Tai of the Order of the Pike, and Parlalictor Garen Dierosan from the Order of the Pyre. After introducing themselves, all three turn the Regil in unison and give curt nods. Yes, indeed. Parlalictor Aminos Reneth, the elf Parlalictor Aminos Reneth, turns his gaze on you. His voice is dry and speech is fadishly formal. We have come to officially greet the commander of the Fifth Crusade on behalf of the coalition of the Hell Knights Orders. The Orders have been and remain fundamentally opposed to demons and demon worshippers. We will continue to act in the no man's land of the World Wound as allied forces to your army. Are you willing to participate in joint operations? My armies need support. That is not possible at this moment in time. The orders are following their own paths. The majority of our forces are deployed far to the west. We are thereby helping you by drawing the attention of the demons. Okay, sure. Parlalictor Derange's decision to hand over part of his force for your command was done on his own initiative, but the orders and even other chapters of the Orders of the Godclaw have their own objectives. Okay, whatever. I welcome you as honored allies to Dresden. Thank you, Knight Commander, and allow us to congratulate you on your victory in the Battle of Dresden. Is that all you wanted to say? Parlalictor Aminos Reneth. One more thing. Our chapters, together with the troop led by Parlalictor Derange, intend to establish an outpost, or rather a fortified transfer point for our operations. We have found suitable ruins from the Fifth Crusade, and we have begun making them fit for habitation. When the outpost is ready, you will be entitled, as our allies, to make use of the facilities for rest and sustenance when you are making forays deeper into the wound. On that, we shall take our leave, Knight Commander. Cool. Now, who the heck is this guy? Captain Odin. A tall, gaunt half-elf salutes you solemnly. Commander, it is an honor to call this first meeting of the military council to order. Dude, do you know how long it has been since I put the order out for us to actually do this? Dude, you are late. I am Captain Odin, and I've been serving under your command ever since the assault on the Grey Garrison. Exactly. I will do my best to be as much of use to you as possible in this role. Regil. The foundation of the military is code, calculation, and discipline. These are the principles I will seek to impart to the Crusaders. If we are to win this war, we must forget about mercy. For our enemies, for our troops, and for ourselves. Well, Commander, your sister Seela is no renowned general, but she spent half her life tussling with evil, It looks like I'll be stepping up on behalf of all of Iomede's faithful here. I hope my advice will prove useful. Greybor. The enemy is... Wait, I forgot I used a different voice. The enemy has beat us on both numbers and strength. Nothing usual in my line of work. To win, we'll need cunning and nous. And I have a few tips on that score. The first issue on the military council's agenda is the reorganization of troops. Our infantry has been bled dry. The forces of Her Majesty granted to us were enough to take Dresden, but we need more troops to hold it. Furthermore, the armies were assembled in great haste after the assault on Canabras and was never adequately equipped. Unfortunately, we don't have much time to be for redeployment. Our scouts report that a powerful Baylor, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that name, is already preparing a retaliatory strike on Dresden. But we can rely on freshly conscripted Medivian soldiers. They may not have the skills, but our strength, as always, lies in number and the fervor of the volunteers joining the Crusades. We can't throw down everyone into the meat grinder. We'll just get our youths killed for nothing. We need to select the best among the recruits, or even better, hold a contest. The bravest and the most capable will join the Crusaders. The death count is always highest in the infantry. Its purpose is to serve as a shield. It would be wise to invest our resources in hiring and training heavy footmen with shields to ensure maximum protection, even if it limits their mobility and makes them less threatening to the enemy. Greybor. Given that I am not a soldier, it's difficult for me to advise you on military matters, but have you considered rearming your soldiers? Charging a great giant monster when all you have is a sword and a shield is suicide. Give them spears, at least. That'll improve their chance somewhat. I mean, giving them long spears would help, but I don't know if that's... And holding the contest, having the most proficient warriors go out could actually beat a bunch of... That would be smart. But foot soldiers are a thing too. Can we deal with this Baylor? Who is this Baylor? Whatever you pronounce this. We didn't even pronounce his name, did we? I'm not even going to try that. The most trusted servant of the demon lord Discari. Among the historians of Medivian Crusades, he's known as the strategist of the world wound. He's not as renowned as Monago, the conqueror of Dresden, or Hepmira, daughter of Baphomet, but he has claimed the most major victories over the forces of Mediv. He's a general and quite possibly one of the best tacticians in the entire Abyss. I've been studying his style of warfare for years. He may seem like an ordinary demon, another typical war taskmaster, but that's a fallacy. Like a beast following a scent, he senses weakness in his enemies' defenses and striking at them, sending soldiers to bring targeted carnage. His uncanny charisma attracts more and more soldiers to him, so he's never short on troops and sacrifices them like pawns whenever he pleases in order to achieve his victories. Komrama, whatever his name is, I'm not trying to pronounce it, I'm sorry, I said I wasn't going to, I'm not going to now, is the face of the demon host. For many years I've been gathering research on him, preparing for the day our armies would clash with his once more. I hope my counsel will help you defeat him, but so far, why do I keep trying to pronounce this when I said I wasn't going to? Has known no defeats. Okay, so holding the contest is the best idea, because what he does is he uses numbers of terrible soldiers, but if I have the best soldiers go out, they should be able to beat at least double the people he has. What I wish we could do is recruit and use our best soldiers. Because remember, this dude's going to look for weaknesses. So if we have a bunch of weak soldiers, he's going to just ply right through them. But if we make it harder for him to find weaknesses, then we're not going to have to worry about it. We'll hold contests and select the most proficient warriors. A cheeky smile blossoms on Sela's face. You know, I think I might hit the arena once or twice myself to test the rookies. It'll be a nice warm-up. Captain Odin. Thank you for your time, Commander. When the reforms are finished and all the ranks of our infantry are replenished, I'll assemble a military council to discuss our new decisions. Okay, who the heck is this? Markle. So many strange and terrible things are happening here. Markle, a fisherman from the tiny peaceful village of Chili Creek, enters the hall. I saw enough horrors on my way here to last a lifetime. Oh, I remember you guys at Chili Creek. How y'all doing? But of course I didn't show up empty-handed. The whole village took up a collection for the war effort. It's not much, mind you, but it's something. We're just doing our part, however small, to help win the war. Okay. Do I need to ask him how he got here? No. Thanks for coming to visit. Thank you for defending our peace and quiet. The fisherman bows respectfully. We've gathered up something else for you heroes, but I couldn't bring it with me. It was too heavy to carry. Come to the village and you can pick it up yourself and pay us a visit while you're at it. We're always glad to see you. Well, see you later. Good luck with all the fighting. Okay, so that was everything for that. I guess we can continue. We did everything here then. What were we supposed to do next? Let's talk to the angel guy outside, and I think he's going to tell us, he's going to tell us some stuff. Or give us a quest, one of the two.
I always did what was right, therefore I became righteous. Does it mean whatever I do now becomes right because I am righteous?
Yeah, so the thing about Ember is she doesn't take into considerations people's wants and needs. She just says be nice, be nice, be nice. You have to there's a lot more. Life is more complex than that. The hand of the inheritor. I want to go to Perlura's Fall.
I will be glad to accompany you. Gather your companions and let us depart.
Let's go. Oh, wait. I gotta do a rest first. Everybody's like jacked up. Oh, by the way, what?
I will not falter.
What quest do we have right now? Okay, so we got Know Thy Enemy. Oh, I gotta turn this into dude too. Yeah, and then we can go to here too at some point.
Together we stand.
So let's do a quick rest. Skipping the queue. And then we're gonna go to Perella's Rest.
I stand ready.
Although before we do that, let's give the scale or the book to the storyteller, because I think he's right here. There he is. The blind elf whispers something under his breath. Hearing you step, he turns slowly. Greetings, Curtis Jackson. Have you brought me a new story? Okay, I'm gonna hand over the bloodstained page. I found it in the molten scar. The storyteller cringes and puts his hand on the bloodstained page. His face contorts into a painful grimace, his voice trembling with terror. No! He's here again! The terrible, grating voice, the horrific semblance of a face, the monstrous appearance. Myriad insects forming a body with 2 arms and 2 legs. He touches me, and the disgusting creature attacks my flesh, covering me. They're eating me. They're hungry and will devour everything except my eyes and tongue, so that I can see the dang page, so I can translate the runes written in the ancient, long-forgotten Elven language. And I translate. It hurts so much. I tried to lie to him. I changed the translation, but he saw through my lie. He got angry. Now I'm not lying. I'm not. He takes one of the insects from my face and squishes it with his fingers over the inkwell. Then he dips the quill in it and writes with my blood right over the runes. And I continue to dictate. Callistra, when will this be over? Let me die, Xanathar, let me die! The storyteller jerks back his head and his hand, trembling in terror. Oh gosh, such horrible torture. This poor man was tortured to decrypt my notes. He was so tormented that his suffering became as thick as molasses. My mind is drowning in it. My own memories are hidden by these images of horror. I can try to get through them, but I need your help. Tell me everything you've seen and heard. I will try to learn on and lean on your words to use them as light in the darkness of my forgotten past. The storyteller takes the bloodstained page carefully, as though handling a dangerous insect. I see a magic shape. There's a force pulsating in the center. You've seen the ritual. Tell me, what was the central point? It's magic, not a dead man. They killed a crusader and conducted a ritual over his corpse. The storyteller frowns. A dead man? I don't understand. I feel something else, a life, a living soul in the eye of the whirlwind. I don't understand how one ritual can tie up the energies of death and the abyss. Their currents in the worlds inferior are contradictional. The storyteller sighs weakly. Forgive me, Commander. I cannot get any further. Everything is vague and unclear, and the screams of the poor lad keep ringing in my ears. Okay, cool. I want to discuss our encounter in the dragon's lair. I'm sure you do. You're wondering how I ended up there and why I wasn't killed, am I right? Why did you go to the tower? I've been looking for a certain tower for several years. And in that place I had a strange feeling of recognition.
It seems their tower once belonged to me a long time ago. Knowing my habits, I assumed that some of my records or other items that could answer the questions about my past may have remained in my old home. Unfortunately, I realized too late that the tower was now the lair of a monster.
How come the dragon didn't eat you?
Despite their beastly temper, dragons are clever creatures, but their way of life does not lend itself to civilized conversations, which is why they do sometimes enjoy a good chat and even more a good story. That was what saved me. I had to share a few of my stories with the dragon, hoping to win her over, or at least distract her.
Did you find anything of value in the tower?
He nods politely. Yes. Thanks to you, the dragon didn't have time to burn everything. I found the memories of my previous life, which I had forgotten long ago.
Now everything is clear.
Once again, please accept my gratitudes for the miraculous rescue. I hope I never again have cause to meet a creature as ferocious as that dragon.
I found a page that might interest you. The storyteller carefully takes...
You're fine. Yes, you were right. Another piece of evidence from the past I have forgotten.
The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn.
Thank you. If you find more pages like this, please bring them to me. Maybe putting them together, I will be able to lift the veil on the mystery surrounding my story.
Okay. Well, it looks like I have another one. I found another page that might interest you. The storyteller carefully looks at that page.
Yes, you're right. Another piece of evidence from my past I've forgotten.
The old elf's expressions become withdrawn. Okay, I found another one. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. Okay, so this time we found something important.
My hand touches the stone wall. The cold pierces my palm like the teeth of a hungry dog sinking into a piece of meat. I don't take my hand away. I let the stone enjoy my warmth in return for its service. It accepts my caress and my unasked question, the one that's been asked 1,000 times. Where should I go next? Behind me I hear the loud stomping of minotaurs that guard this gosh-forsaken place. I tricked and outwitted them, leaving only a trace of my presence. There is darkness lurking up ahead, honing its swords, claws, and teeth in the hope that a rare traveler visits its lair, but today it will get no one. The labyrinth is alive. Its red-veined stone walls resemble the guts of a huge creature. If you keep still and listen closely, you can hear its breathing in the wind, and it sweeps through this place. Where do I go from here? Forward, to the place whence the wind carried a faint chuckle, whence the faint smell of ash, whence a few years ago that demon lord began his great escape.
Are you inside his lair?
Yes, I'm traveling through the ivory labyrinth. This is not the most pleasant of my journeys, but it's necessary to reach my goal.
Okay. How are you able to evade all the dangers in the ivory labyrinth? The storyteller raises his chin proudly.
Have you forgotten who you're speaking to? I am the last Archmage of Keonan. I've been to so many dangerous places, and this is just one of many. It won't be the last.
What do you need from the ivory labyrinth?
An answer to a question, a key to a secret, knowledge that can save many lives.
A sliver of a smile appears on the storyteller's lips.
My kinfolk were weaklings and cowards. They ran from danger, but one stood up to my enemy and will give me a weapon to win.
Please continue.
For several years I have thought about how to defeat Earthfall. My enemies have no flesh, and it's impossible to kill them. It blazes through everything in its path. It does not enslave, but destroys life itself. And I have found the answer. I know how to save my world. Earthfall came to destroy Golarion. Its strikes was brutal, and my world barely withstood it. But what if Earthfall was resisted by not one world, but several worlds at once? What if Heaven and Elysium come to help the dying Golarion? If I manage to merge my world with another, meld them together, the power of the disaster will weaken. The Dresians and of Golarion will be able to temporarily take shelter in the adjacent plane. Civilizations will not die. Our culture will continue to exist. We will not be forgotten. So, the Demon Lord, the cunning and insidious lord of the Minotaurs, was once a captive of Asmodeus' prison, but only 10 years passed before he was able to escape, taking his own prison with him, which later became the Ivory Labyrinth. Such an achievement deserves respect, and it is the goal of my research. Moving matter between planes is what interests me now. I stop near strange symbols covering the walls of the labyrinth. I run my hand over them and ensure they are real, encrypted riddles drawn by the demon during his imprisonment. I take out the bark-covered notebook and painstakingly copy the symbols into it. Behind me, 2 minotaurs are fighting, deceived by the net of spells that I have wrapped around myself like a blanket.
Do you want to connect the planes? That's dangerous. The elf is silent for a moment. When he talks, there is disdain in his voice.
Dangerous, difficult, almost impossible. But tell me, is the risk not worth the Thasian Empire perishing before my eyes? Does Golgon, the Cyclops Kingdom, deserve death? What about the Aboleth Empire?
The storyteller moves his lips silently.
Another plane will pay for saving Golarion. There will be wars, and then a new world will come. But we will survive. We will defeat Earthfall, and history will not condemn the victors.
A bark-covered notebook. The one your mentor gave you. The storyteller lowers his head, but a moment later jerks it back up.
Yes. Blinded by my pride, I tore it into pieces when I thought I would not follow my kinfolk. I'm still not going to run, but the knowledge written in the notebook by my former mentor might serve my purpose.
What happened next? Oh, wait up.
The elves managed to open the portal to Silverian and keep it open until all the people escaped from Golarion. Their cowardice deserved disdain, but their knowledge is unquestionable. I returned to Keonan and gathered the pieces of my torn notebook. Now it is my sword aimed at the heart of Earthfall. By combining the wisdom of elves and the cunning of that stupid demon dude, I will save the world.
What happened next?
I copied the strange symbols in the notebook. I haven't the slightest idea what these scribbles mean. What was the future Demon Lord thinking when he wrote them while he was imprisoned in the cell with no way out? Was he still in his right mind? I will need help to understand these notes, otherwise decrypting them might take more time than Pharasma has given me. One of the minotaurs behind me killed the other one, tore his heart out, and devoured it. His blood-stained nose sniffs the air sharply. His bloodshot eyes shift from wall to wall. He senses a stranger, but he doesn't scare me. I am certain of my powers and the spells hiding me. I've done my work and can now leave this place, and I still linger. What is the strange presence I feel behind me, like someone is watching me? Despite all the protective spells, who are you? I ask carefully, not hoping for an answer. Darkness. A coy female voice whispers in my ear. Against my will, I shudder.
The storyteller stops talking for a long while.
The vision ended at the most interesting moment, didn't it?
He says bitterly.
Please find the rest of the pages from the bark-covered book. I must know what happened next. Alright, so... tell me about your journey to the Ivory Labyrinth. My hand touches the stone walls, the cold pierces... Oh, no, he already told me that. Okay. Shoot. He told me all this crap. Alright, thank you for your stories. Apparently I found another page for you. Yes, you're right. Another piece of evidence from my past that I've forgotten. Thank you. If you find more pages... Oh, thank goodness. That's it. Okay. I have to go now. I wish you interesting adventures.
Dang, do we even have time to do anything else? That dude wouldn't shut the heck up.
I will see this through.
Oh, I didn't inform Irabeth that we killed the dragon.
Our time has come.
I don't know why I didn't just do that. Let's go do that. I don't know why I didn't just do that when I was in there to begin with. Irabeth. Hail, Commander. I've taken care of the dragon that was attacking our parole. That's one less problem to contend with. Now we can take the extra lookouts off dragon duty and reassign them to more useful tasks. Excellent work, Commander. I have to go. Alright, she says goodbye with a short bow. Okay, now that we've turned everything in, we can go to this dude up here.
I will not falter.
She isn't. This saddened the shimmering maiden. Pelura boldly decided to intervene in the affairs of mortal.
Okay, let's go. I want to go to Pelura's Fall.
I will be glad to accompany you.
Let's go.
Okay, so we got Alandria. The woman's face seems to glow with a radiant light. She looks at you with quiet dignity, and her eyes shine with warmth and wisdom. Greeting, Herald of Iomade, the Lightbringer, and to your companions as well. I am Alandria, High Priestess of Pelura. I am happy to see a new face in my temple, the first I have seen in years at our vigil. Katari, the man standing next to her, does not look like a priest. He has a military bearing and his face is covered with scars. He studies you for a moment, then looks you straight in the eyes. Kater, leader of the holy guards of Pelura's Fall. I see you have revealed our existence. Hand of Inheritor, did we not agree to keep it a secret, even from Crusaders? What has changed?
My righteous allies. This is no ordinary Crusader, but our champion. He brings us hope. He was chosen to receive the gift of the gods, and has twice dealt a serious defeat to our enemies. First in Canopus, where he thwarted Discari's devious plot. Then in Dresden, where he saved the city and returned the Sword of Valor.
I ask that you receive him as a most welcome guest, and as a brother in arms, for we stand together against the hordes of the abyss. Okay, so I'm Curtis Jackson, Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. I am honored to meet the servants of Polar and the defenders of Sakaris. Alondria lays out a hand on her heart. It is an honor for us as well. Okay. What's the situation in Polaris Fall? Things are no better or worse than they have been over the past 100 years. The temple is safely hidden from prying eyes of demons. They simply cannot see it. However, only the most experienced fighters leave the boundaries of the temple, and they do so secretly. For the heart of the whirlwind lies beyond its walls, demons and foul corruptions. Even the corpses of our own dead have turned against us. The Hand of the Inheritor and I have matters to discuss with you. My righteous allies, allow me to tell you about the matter that has brought us here. You know Targona and Lariel, the angels who defended Sakaris in the final dark days. Curtis Jackson helped me to discover the fate of Lariel, and it was, alas, sorrowful. But I have not lost hope of finding Targona, and I believe you can help me. Curtis Jackson has a special gift, the imprint of Lariel's sword. This sword was made by Targona. I know it is within your power to look for the creator of this blade, if Curtis Jackson reveals the power to you. Alondria and Qatar exchange glances. Of course, we would not deny help to our allies. My Lady Polara would also be glad to see Targona return, should we manage to find her alive. But the scrying ritual requires preparation. I will give the necessary orders. You will have to wait until everything is ready, and the stars favor our efforts. We will help, but it would be best if you leave Polaris Fall after the ritual. Forgive my bluntness, Hand of the Inheritor, but you and your Knight Commander are notable figures. The demons are surely trying to track you, and if they follow you to our temple, our work may come to a tragic end. Alondria's eyes drift over to the guards, and she is silent for some time. Then she says, I would like you to be our guest for a while, Knight Commander, while you wait for the ritual. See the way we live. Talk to our people. Maybe news of the Crusaders' revival will bring some cheer to our little community. I would ask you pay special attention to the temple guards, as well as to Stargaze Odin, Rengard, and Teriel. Dark clouds veil their souls, but it is not within my power to help them. You should honor her request, champion. Alondria is one of the most radiant souls I've known in Qatari, and is one of the most loyal and devoted of them all. They have spent hundreds of years together with their comrades in voluntary isolation. It would be easy to lose one's charity of perspective. I do not know mortals well enough to sense whether doubt or despair lives in their hearts. And I do not know if it lives in the hearts of those who dwell in the fall. But perhaps you can. Okay, cool. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be enough for this episode, because this one was just a bunch of text. Just a bunch of talking. I'm sorry, no action this time. But maybe next time. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. Shout out to the little nephews and cuss you. I promise you the next episode I will not hold back on the action, and I will see you guys in the next one. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. For my German viewers, choose, and for my Americans, deuces.